Hey, what's going on?
How you living, man?
Yeah, pretty good.
So I'm thinking we can do the same thing we usually do, 1 to 2 drop fade, but at the top I kind of want to leave it longer. Can we just take a touch off the top and thin it out? But I like the length.
Yeah, I got you on it.
Yeah, it's gotten long. When was the last time? Like 3 weeks ago? A month ago that I was here?
Yeah, probably about 3 weeks ago.
It's long. I just haven't had the time. I went to LA for the past 2 weekends, so.
Oh, that's sick. Oh, yeah. What did you do out there?
One was I had a two-year anniversary with Sophia.
Nice.
And then last week I signed with an agency out there, United Talent Agency.
Oh, wow.
They're the same people that represent Don Lemon and Wolf Blitzer, all those. Anderson Cooper.
And what is for that? Like acting or for?
It's just straight talent. That's what's cool about them is that they're not restricted to news. They're just a talent agent, like a talent agency in general.
Oh, nice.
So if I wanted to go and from here into acting, let's say, they would have the connections for me to do that. Now they would say like, hey, yeah, we think you can do this, or this is something that we'll back you in. But obviously if I'm not a talented actor, they're not gonna be like, yeah, let's put some money into this. So yeah, that happened last week. It's been a busy last 3 weeks.
And so is there any crazy restrictions with flying or anything?
You mean with COVID?
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, if you fly within the country, you're good.
Oh, okay.
It's just going to some of the international places have restrictions, and you have to take a COVID test to come back in the country and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, and I finally wrote something up and emailed it to you.
Did you send it to me?
Yeah.
When did you send it?
Just today.
Okay, then yeah, that makes sense. I'm off today, and yesterday I was off, so I haven't been checking my work email.
Yeah, not even.
I'll check it out tomorrow morning when I get into work.
Yeah. Yeah, you might like it. It's on
Yeah.
the classier now. That's what we kind of do there.
Yeah, I'd be down to, I'm gonna throw my, because we're gonna be looking for content anyways for December, because everybody's gonna be out on holiday.
Yeah. And we'll just toss it out there. It's like if nothing, you know, it's like it's no, you know, wouldn't hurt to toss it. It's
Right.
like if they like you, do a good, you know, they're a good station and channel. So it's like if they like something like that, then they'll pick up on it. If they don't, then you know, then that's not the story for them. You know, there'll be another one down the road.
Yeah, I don't think there'd be a problem with it.
No.
I think as long as it's what we try to focus on, especially in news, is that we're not necessarily advertising. Everything is indirectly advertising. Like if we obviously if we do the story and it airs, your business and you are getting more attention, but it can't be a direct intention. Like I can't go out and say like, hey, you guys should go here. But the way we do it is like, hey, what's the story? The story is of this guy who started his own business after how many years of not even cutting hair at all.
Yeah.
From the start, he does it. And that itself is the story. And through there,
Absolutely.
you get indirect advertising.
Yeah, you're right. I love it. Damn. I like exactly how you think. Exactly what you said was I can't wait till you read what I wrote tomorrow now. And I don't want you touching it a second before then. But I'm just saying I can't wait till, because then it's like, I think it's right up your alley as far as how you have it descripted.
Right.
I figured it would be too.
And you've told me before the angle with the police, you guys have come in here and everything is good now. And
oh yeah.
I think that's important for people to know that, like, hey, you can come out of this, whatever things you did when you were 18, 20, and you can come out when you're 30, 35 and have a great life.
And you know what? And I used the program DVR and everything, and I contacted her yesterday and talked to her. And that's the program that actually, you know, before I had a barber license, I never had any money, so it was like, you know, they paid for my license and everything. So it was,
okay.
So it's like, you know, that program worked out very well. It's a state program, and they're going to be doing a success story on me and everything.
Yeah.
Put their own little inside thing or whatever. Wait, so did your fiance or whatever meet you in LA or?
No, well, she has one more semester of college, so she's studying out in LA.
Oh, so she lives out there right now.
Right now she does, yeah,
Sick.
just for school.
Oh yeah, so you guys are close to each other. I don't know why I thought she lived like up in Boston or wherever it was the.
Well, our school, so it's weird. We have our main campus in Boston, and then we also have a secondary campus in LA.
Oh yeah.
So she spent this semester in LA, but then she's going to be going back up to finish her college in Boston.
Oh, cool.
So next spring, actually in January, she's going to be up in Boston until May, and then she graduates.
Nice.
And she's excited to be done. I don't blame her.
And with the sides, do you still want to taper them like we did? Or do you want to have sideburns?
I forget, did we?
We lightly tapered them away.
Yeah, I think we lightly tapered here and then we fully tapered the back.
Yeah,
if I remember.
We did.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was like a real light taper here, real classy, kind of keeping it clean. And then in the back, we gave it a good, decent taper.
Gotcha.
Nothing overly, but you know,
Right.
just moderate and decent and elite. Like almost a true mid, like it's right on that fashion with a little high veil.
Yeah, I like that.
Mid. Just so it gave it that classy appearance still.
Mm-hmm.
And how's the cars? Still elite?
The car?
Yeah, you like your car?
Yeah, I
still
mean,
elite?
it's good. I just got a pebble that kicked up yesterday and cracked my windshield on the freeway.
Oh Jesus!
That fucking sucks. I gotta take it in to get the glass replaced.
I have a little crack too in mine.
It's just like, man, I never realized how many freaking pebbles there are here.
Yeah, it's the roads are kind of bad and everything.
Right.
That's what I noticed too. It's like, gee, especially driving to the west side.
Yeah.
So I'm like, up McMahon or whatever. It's like, yeah.
I couldn't believe it when it hit. I was like, holy shit. That sucks. Another thing I gotta deal with.
That's fine. That'll be. It sucks though. I only ask you because us guys that drive quicker cars or whatever, like sometimes we tend to jump in new cars quickly or whatever.
I'll be sticking with this one at least until I get out of this this contract here in Albuquerque.
Oh yeah.
And then depending on if I go San Francisco or San Diego or someplace like that, then I'll look into a different one that's a little higher end. I just feel, I don't know, especially in news.
Your car's pretty nice.
It's a nice car, but it's not something that people would go out of their way to like fuck up. Whereas if I went with something super nice where I parked my car at a news station,
yeah.
they might, you know, you just never know.
No, absolutely. I've seen a lot of that too. Where it's like, oh, he has a really nice car, and then it's like prone to getting scratched.
Right.
Bulls don't like that. Or...
If I lived up in like Rio Rancho or something like that, but even then, it's more my workplace that I'm worried about.
Yeah, I mean, because really, the workplace is in the fucking ghetto. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, Carlisle and all over. It's like,
Yeah.
goddamn. It's like, you know, it's like, Jesus.
I mean, I get it from their perspective. We're near all the news, but man, oh man.
But you're
Sometimes,
gated in
fuck.
at least over there.
Yeah.
To where it's not like you're open to, you're not like right out on the street or whatever.
Right. It deters the people who are just like, oh, let me just throw a rock at this guy's car or something. But if someone really wants to get you, they'll get you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's nuts. My God. That's a lot. All the station. It's like, all of a sudden, so when fucking someone's over there all looking Larry Parker or whatever,
Yeah.
it's like, God damn. All looking like, Angel, someone's on your car. It's like, God. It's like there's nothing we could do about it. It's
Exactly.
like just you have to film it and call the police and do insurance.
Just hope
It's
insurance can cover it again.
like, well, shit, there's no hope. They better cover it. It's like,
Yeah, that's
I
exactly
can
it.
imagine that hope. I was like, I'd hate for you to them to hear me on the phone. I was
Oh.
like, you need to replace this now. Then they're trying to replace it with aftermarket parts or whatever. Dude. It's like, wait a minute.
It was just getting. I think it was actually the day before you had messaged me on Instagram. I put on a hat on my way to work, and when my hair gets long, the hat just completely messes it up.
Oh yeah.
And I wasn't used to it, so when I took off my hat and I was about to go on air, I was like, "Holy shit! I need to go see TJ."
Yeah, that was sick.
This is getting too long now.
And you have hair that's really good to cut, but like you have to just cut it a certain way too. It's, You can't be.
That's why I don't go to anyone else. Because I mean, when I was in LA, I could have gone to like a barber out there, so that I'm not gonna risk that shit. Have them fuck me up and then.
Yeah, and that's what ends up accidentally happening. It's like, oh yeah, they're from LA, but then they couldn't really cut, and there's some that can and some can't.
And I go on air with fucked up hairline.
Yeah, you can do that. Well, that's another thing about barbering too, is like just seeing you on TV, it can't be.
Right.
It has to be perfect for me. 'Cause it's, like, so then you were out there for Thanksgiving and everything?
I was out there the Monday and Tuesday before Thanksgiving. That's when I signed. I signed on Monday, and then I just spent some time out there with the fam. And I was working on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Did you hear about that lady that got killed with a tree branch yesterday? Freaking crazy, man.
Wait, what happened?
Somebody killed her with a tree branch.
How was that?
As a weapon. I was off yesterday, so I was trying to stay away from looking at the news,
Oh,
and then
God.
I saw the headline, and I was like, "What the? How do you kill somebody with a tree branch?" 104 this year.
What, the lady was 104?
Yeah. Well, no. The we've had 104 homicides in the metro.
Oh yeah.
Compared to our last record was 81.
Yeah, that's not. Jeez, dude.
Yeah.
This shit's magnified by a good 16%.
I really don't know why or how.
Yeah, you know what? And I would like to know that just as a statistic is why, because
Yeah.
it's like, you know, how is we know the how, unfortunately, but it is why. Why is it rise like that? Like, it's, you know, and if they say, oh well, the pandemic, but what about the pandemic has made it rise again?
Yeah.
Financially motivated? Is it, what are these? Because, well, it can't be. If it's a murder crime, that's not really financially motivated.
No, you're just trying to kill somebody.
Yeah, that's like a kind of, you're not all there, or...
I think people have just gone crazy. I think, well, I spoke to, when I interviewed Chief Medina, he was just telling me, yeah, I mean, the pandemic has just made people go a little bit crazy.
I could see that. That makes sense. I mean, that's... So it's like, what do we do to bridge that gap? How can we...
Oh, man. I don't even know where to
make it
begin.
a little bit, make you a little bit less, you know, it's like, geez, that way we're safe and everything, it's...
Yeah, I don't even know where to begin with that. I mean...
There's a damn news story right down the street from your work. It's like, the moment I'm at Channel 7 and they say, TJ, we can't find a story, we can't. And I say, shit, I'll walk down the street and there's a story, right? They're walking story immediately. It's like, yeah, that neighborhood, there's never a dull moment. It's like...
It's true.
There's an apartment complex over there that there's 1,000 stories.
There's so many things happening. Last week I was at a SWAT standoff.
Jesus. The SWAT stand. Oh yeah, was it that idiot that was like, it's like he's out, or someone was out there inside of a restaurant. It almost looked like hanging out of a drive-thru or whatever.
It was at I think I know which one you're talking about, but I was at one at an apartment complex where a guy had he had threatened to kill his wife.
Jesus.
He beat her, but he didn't kill her.
Damn.
And then he locked them inside the apartment, but she had called the cops.
Damn,
Or I guess the
dude.
neighbors had called the cops. So then the cops called the SWAT team to try and get them out of there without him killing the wife.
Damn.
So they were using flashbangs and all that shit, and it's just crazy.
It's kind of crazy to know that that's happening here.
It's crazy.
And what neighborhood was that in?
Right down the street. It was on Carlisle. I forget what the other cross street was.
On the street from the damn spot. It was like,
Yeah.
God.
It's
That's
crazy.
the part where it's like, man.
It's part of the reason why I've enjoyed doing the sports stuff so much. It's just so much more fun doing sports than
Yeah, it is.
doing these homicides.
Exactly. Yeah, that's just got to be, you know, a little bit taxing. It's like,
Definitely
Jesus.
is.
Just even, you know, it's like being encountered with all that and hear all that.
Unless you love it. I mean, Sasha, you know Sasha, she loves it. She can do breaking news all day, every day. She loves it. For me, I can do it. I'm just not. I'd prefer to be doing something that's more positive.
Yeah, absolutely. And eventually, I prefer to make more money.
Right.
It's like, you know, but yeah, no, I can't sit there and, like you say, with the murder thing and all that shit all left and right. It's like you say, that one black dude that's doing the sports or whatever, he's not really ever in a bad mood or.
No, Ron is. Oh my God, Ron is awesome.
Yeah.
And he, thank God. I mean, back in September or late August, I had put it out there. I was like, yeah, I can do sports, and they were like, oh, okay, well, let's see. And they had put me on a couple stories, and Ron had told the news director, he was like, yeah, I like Angel on sports. Like,
Oh, wow.
if we can get him on sports, let's keep him on sports.
Nice.
But they don't want to give me up to the sports department because they hired me to do news.
Yeah.
So they've been like splitting me in between the two.
I like you on news, just to say, and I don't, you know, I'd like to say I like you on sports, but I like you on news.
Okay.
I mean, you're great on sports. I'm just saying, I like you on news for some odd reason. You're that look. It's you fit well with being able to, you know what I mean, and hearing it from you is better almost. It's just an image thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, sports would be neat, but I'm saying it just I can see you doing, like I couldn't see you not doing news.
I think it'll always be a part of it, and that's what my agent was telling me. He was saying, I mean, the fact that you have the look and the ability to do news as well as sports, you're a dual threat.
Yeah, because not everyone has that look to do the news. Trust me, dude. Especially I can already, but I won't do that. It's like, but already, there's a lot of people that aren't making the cut. Because like, you're one that makes the cut on all levels. I feel like you could just make a bigger jump on news in the sense of, you know, CNN will pick you up. There's someone will want you to, you know, sports is just, sports will be cool to dabble in for sure, but it's not going to be the.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see what pans out in the future.
You'll be on one of the major networks doing something, guaranteed.
I hope. That's what my agent was telling me.
Oh yeah, you will for sure. I guarantee that. And a lot of it's the look, even though and the ability along with the look is really where I know for sure it will be. Because look at all the other, that's where all I have to guard against. So
Yeah.
the other people I say to.
It's just like, and that's what, I mean, it doesn't suck for me because I'm lucky that I have it, but a lot of people are really, real good at what they do, but they don't have the look and they don't have that natural ability.
Absolutely, and I've seen that time after time. That's where it's like you get lucky, you have, that's like an actor, you have a million people that can act.
Right.
But then you only have one guy that looks like Brad Pitt, another homie that looks like so-and-so that has the look along with the ability. That's you.
I appreciate that.
That's where they have you around. Even that homie that does sports, he's elite for his field. You can tell. Like I can already tell just by the way he needs to do nothing but sports.
Yeah.
He can take over and do news or whatever, but his calling is sports.
Well, he's been, I mean, Ron has been in this doing sports for, gosh, 40 years now. He was on NBA TV,
It shows.
NBC Sports in Philadelphia. And he came here because as he got older, they were trying to phase him out with some of the younger guys and the younger girls. So he had to move into like a hybrid position where now he's doing some news and some sports.
Yeah.
And his passion is in sports, and you can tell that his real ability is in sports.
Yeah.
I mean, he has a calling for that. In news, it's just not it's not the same for him.
Yeah, news you have to have that hit factor, just in a different way. It's hit factor for news. You have the hit factor for television in general. That's the thing about news. You can do anything you want to do with that. It's like,
I just gotta build a resume, and I gotta put on a few pounds.
young, that's where you're winning, dude. That's where another thing, you know, hidden factor is your age. These guys are all 10 years older than you. It's like, if not older, it's like, dude, you're great, you know, you're already.
I will say,
killing it.
I think I had talked, who was it? Well, I was kind of talking to my mom about that, where it's like, yeah, I mean, it's nice to be where I'm at right now, but it doesn't feel like I have, all of my coworkers have like families, like wives or husbands and kids, and then there's just Angel, who's like this kid that just came out of college, and she was like, hey, this is basically your graduate school. Like, don't worry about trying to fit in and trying to have your own and have your life figured out. You are 21 years old, 22 years old.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You should be enjoying it right now, just because you can. But I'm not going to tell you, dude, just because I already know that the harder work it'll pay off heavier.
I think once I'm there, I'll enjoy it a little more.
Yeah, I think that'll be right, because you'll still be at that perfect age too, where it's like. And all this is just getting an experience with yourself and with your personal development.
Right.
Of where you're gonna go with it. It doesn't matter about, you know what I mean, it's like they're paying you to train you anyway to be the best you. And so
Yeah.
they're paying you to train you to be the best you. This is your PhD is now what you're doing now.
Right.
This is your doctrine right now is what you're doing. So it's like that's where.
Well, that's what I was kind of annoyed with, is the fact that they're not paying me as much as they're paying the other reporters and anchors because of the fact that I'm 22. And I was telling my mom, I was like, yeah, I'm not saving as much money as I thought I would be with a full-time job.
That's okay.
She was like, yeah.
Let him get away with that for a while. Don't worry about it. I wouldn't worry about it at all.
Mm.
Just for the confidence of you know where you're going to go anyway.
Right.
it's going to be bittersweet when someone wants you and you've outgrown something.
Right.
So that's where I wouldn't even worry about a damn thing. It's like you can only accidentally screw yourself with that philosophy of them, to where it's like, you know, treat you good, keep you around, you know, whatever, they're going to train you either way. It's like, or let you have your own independent growth through it.
Right.
And okay, so you like the length on the top, but do you want to thin the top?
We can thin the top out, yeah, a little, just a bit.
Yeah, I'll just thin it a tiny bit of brush.
Because I was thinking, well, you know, my hair is naturally like wavy and curly.
Yeah.
So I was thinking of just having the ability one day to have it curly and then straighten it for another one and blow it out for another one.
Yeah,
Just
nice.
having those different looks instead of just always the same comb over look.
Yeah, that would be sick. I would softening all this now.
Have you been watching the morning show on KOAT? Still?
Yeah.
How's the new reporter doing? I haven't seen it.
Who's the new reporter?
The blonde girl. She's Genevieve.
She's scared, dude. It's like, that's the best way to describe it. She's terrified. It's like, you know what I mean? You can tell she's terrified, dude. It's, you know, she's not gonna make it. It's like, sorry to say, it's like, and I won't say she's not gonna make it. I'm just more saying it like, if there's a weakest link out of the entire crew, it's her.
Mm.
And she's scared. That doesn't mean she can't grow, but it's like, girl, you gotta grow out of your fear.
Right.
It's like, and you know, it's okay she has a shell that she's in, so it's like, I've seen none of the other people are in it.
I had, well, I was on the morning show before, obviously, you know that, so I was training her when she came in to take my spot when I moved to Dayside. Yeah, I've always kind of felt that she was a little bit timid. And when I first came in, I was timid too, but I don't know if I don't know.
And I'm not saying by any means I wouldn't be, but it's not my job.
Right, exactly.
But it's, you know, for her, it's like, girl, you got to jump out just a tiny bit.
You've got to convince yourself that it's
KOAT would be a good home. If she picks up the pace heavy right now, then she'll be okay. And if you pick up the pace heavy, like you know, KOAT will be a friendly home for you and for her, so she can, you know, stay or do whatever it is. And
yeah, I can see her staying. Well, her boyfriend is here too, so I can see that. I definitely will not be. This is not the place for me.
Yeah, but you're going to be on another level. Sorry to say, there won't be any reason to.
I mean, they would have to, I don't know, they would have to double my salary now to make me even think about it. But
yeah, to even start to have. Well, there's no way to see this. Yeah, that's just light thinning when you're keeping it like this with the heat. Anything you need though while you're here, dude, it's not a problem.
of course, yeah.
You know, you need a special time to come in, you just let me know. It's
I appreciate
nothing.
that.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I'm here until May of 2023, so I still got a lot of time. I got a year and a half.
Oh yeah, anything you need would be
I appreciate that.
like Angel, so you can see the back too. And
Yeah, that's perfect. Because right now, I haven't done my hair or anything, so it looks puffy, but once I do and I condition it,
absolutely.
it's gonna look perfect.
And I could throw something in it if you want. Do you want anything in there, or are you good?
I'm gonna wash it anyway,
All
so
right.
I would just end up washing it out.
All right.
But I love it. I love the
Here,
length.
watch, let me do this too. Watch. Yeah, I like it too. Watch, like stand up and look in the mirror with the cape off. That way you can see it, like from that perspective and everything.
Yeah, because with this length, once I actually do the hair,
Yeah.
it's gonna look perfect.
Yeah, that looks sick. I love it. Oh yeah. All right, brother. Oh yeah.